This is a Maximinus II folles. It's a fantastic coin. It is maybe worth $500 if on its best day. Don't know why, other than the fact that it got a star. And so because it got a star, and again, and I've said this time and time again, if you have a slab star piece, you're probably better off giving it to Heritage, because they are really good at getting people to pay ridiculous prices for stars that make no sense really.
They do whip up
no correlation to the price and reality. I mean, and they didn't do anything wrong. They started at $1. This wasn't even in a printed sale. This is an e-sale. So they start all their e-sales at $1, but they know damn well that because of that star, they're going to get a stupid price for it. So they don't have to worry. They have they have the biggest mailing list in the world. Yeah. So, but they have a lot of people that they're only speculating on slab stars, and I wouldn't even really call these people real collectors, in my opinion, because nobody in their right mind would pay this kind of money for a folles of Maximinus. It's not a rare coin. Yes, okay, full silver, great, wonderful. Okay, so pay $1,000 for it. That would be really strong, to pay something that you can get something really nice that actually makes sense. I mean, I don't even know what this is.
So here's an observation. This is clearly not just a person losing their mind. This is several people losing their minds. At least two. Yeah. But it took more than one person to do this.
It's true. And, I have to say it's probably in the Chinese market. I know a lot of people in China are paying ridiculous prices for star designated holders, and they don't care what they pay, and they've got a lot of money. And kudos to Heritage to creating these doofuses, because they're making their consigners quite happy. And it makes NGC happy, because NGC then gets more submissions. They're a for-profit company. It gets Heritage more consignments. I bring it to everybody's attention because I don't want people to pay those kinds of prices, but people still do. And so that price that somebody paid, it may create 100 submissions of this type of coin, hoping to get a star,
or 100 submissions of other coins, right?
And again, it's a fantastic coin. There's nothing even NGC did wrong by starring it. It's a great coin for the type, but it's not worth anywhere near that kind of level. It's so silly that you almost have to question if it's real, because it
does look way too good to be real.
Right. It'd be like somebody taking a common silver dollar, American silver dollar, that's worth $35 and, paying $1,000 for it.
10,000.
It just doesn't make any sense. It makes zero sense whatsoever. And so this is what I always have to harp on. And I hate to always I'm sure when I go to NAC, there's going to be there'll probably be a coin that goes for stupid money that's not worth that. But also a lot of times those coins are really, really rare coins, typically. Not always, but sometimes they're very rare coins. And so in that situation, it's like the porous decagram. If it went for $1 million, I would be very surprised, but I wouldn't be completely flabbergasted by it, because those coins come up so infrequently. The next chance you have might be, another 10 or 15 years, and you may not be alive or collecting anymore. So that might be your one opportunity. So I get it in those situations, but with something like this makes no sense at all. So don't be a doofus. That was somebody was a big doofus on that one.
Yes.
So, and it could also been that somebody
heard of doofuses.
Right. It could have been too that somebody left a proxy bid with Heritage at some ridiculous amount, and somebody just also threw a bid at the end that was super strong, never expecting to pay that kind of price. Wanted to make sure they won it, and it, that happens.
Somebody got really surprised at the end.
Yep, it happens. So, it could be that the buyer didn't really expect to pay that kind of money.